So I learned two new important questions today for leaders to be asking their teams or to be focused on with their teams. What's today's puzzle? What does your halftime look like? I had lunch today with Jason Thomas. He's a VP with Salesforce, lives in St. Louis where I live. And we had never met in person. We had connected online. We'd even done a podcast show together, but we had never connected in person until today. There's so much value in in-person conversations, and especially picking the brain of other people who are doing great things in the arena that you're in, because you pick up new stuff every time you do it. What is your puzzle? So every day, we get pulled in a lot of different directions, right? It's critical that we don't fall into this mode of being reactive and just being responsive. We've got to make sure that we've got a game plan going into the day. And it doesn't matter when and where you do this. At some point in the beginning of the day, I like to call it daily non-negotiables. But I loved this image that Jason kind of instilled in me. It's like, looking at your day, and when you're meeting, what I loved about how he talked about how he structures his day is morning stand-up. Having this morning stand-up every single day with the team and thinking about, like, what is the puzzle for today? What are we working on? What are we doing? What are the steps we're taking? I'm in my fourth quarter right now. You can't leave anything to chance. You can't waste a day. You've got to be laser focused on what's possible, what's viable in the current frame. Here with a few weeks left of April, what can we do in the month? What's viable in the quarter? What's viable in the next quarter? What's viable in the fiscal year? What do I need to stay laser focused on? What are the big deals? You can't chase a $50,000 deal that's due this quarter with the same gusto that you would chase a $500,000 deal that's either in this quarter or even like an upside deal for next quarter. You've got to make sure that you're also prioritizing based on where there's opportunity, based on where there's total addressable market, or what one of my colleagues calls total serviceable market. You've got to be very diligent and dedicated and disciplined around thinking about what is viable and what is going to have the biggest impact for your current frame and into the future. But he also has, what is your halftime? And this is something that we arrive at in the morning team meeting, according to Jason. And I love this so much. What's your halftime for the day? It could be going outside for a run. It could be hopping on the treadmill, watching a show, listening to a podcast, reading. You've got to have that intentional break in the day. I've been really fortunate. I've had some great mentors that have trained me on the value of scheduling that intentional time. Sometimes I'll look at my day, and even if I've got like a call that is, I'm the dumbest guy in the room and I don't need to be speaking at all, I may hop on the treadmill or the stepper or take the dog for a walk or whatever it is. You've got to be thinking about what is your halftime. And I love how fellow cloud and technology leader Jason Thomas instilled this in me today. Thank you, Jason. Would love to hear from the audience as well. How you frame up your day. How do you arrive at your puzzle? And what's your halftime? All the best.